Aloha, guys. Celebrating because it's Friday. Right now it's Friday, and I'm going to talk about our plans for next week and kind of go over our first week of distance learning was crazy, but a lot of you guys stepped up. It's been a huge learning curve for me trying to figure out how to take attendance. It's been like 2 hours every day. How to contact all the different families, all the different groups, making sure that you guys are grouped right. It's been kind of a work in progress. Most of you have been pretty good. I'm not hearing from a couple of you and heard from a couple of you kind of late, but I mean, that's such as life, I guess. So today we're just going to talk about what does attendance look like from distance learning, how to do checkoffs. Checkoffs and group work are a big part. Going to go through the pacing schedule. I created a pacing schedule that you're going to use from now until the end of the year. Hopefully, there's probably going to be some changes. And then we're also going to do a shadow plots demo because I set one up. So it's sunny out, so you got to make sure you got sunglasses. A lot of questions coming up. Hopefully I answer them all. Plans for this week. So starting on the 13th, 1.4, you should be learning about facts about the sun, just talking about what do you know about the sun. I'm going to have on Tuesday, the 14th, 1.5, I'm going to have some shadow plots available for you guys, so you don't have to use the data that you're collecting this weekend. You will need to at least attempt to make a sundial because you will be using those in other exercises, like for 1.6. And then on Thursday, it's just going to be some work time. Some groups are going to need to get caught up. Some groups that work hard can relax. And then on even though we are under quarantine, on the 17th, we're going to go on a tour of the solar system. So make sure you wear your space suits. You guys ready? Space suits. Got to wear them. All right, so first of all, what does attendance look like? Originally, I said if I make contact with you or you turn in an assignment, that will be marked as distance learning. It is very hard for me to go back and look at who turned in what, when. It's just been a very long process. So I'm asking to be marked present. You just have to, for that day, respond to that question, the question of the day, the question that's posted on Google Classroom. You don't have to do this every day. We're asking at South, we were asked that you should at least be able to do this three times a week. So answer 3 questions. You could even say something like, I turned in this. I'm having a hard time with this. Tell me what you're working on, or you can answer the questions. Today it was about why was astronomy the first science? Why do you think early civilizations studied the stars? And you guys had a lot of good answers. A lot of you said something about agriculture. We have to know when to be able to plant. A couple of you mentioned navigation. There really is no wrong answer for these. Distance learning 3 times a week. Checkoffs. So the checkoffs it's going to be the same as normal. When the book says see a staff member, that's when you check off. And then how do you do that? So you're going to sign in through a spreadsheet. I'll show you what that looks like. Once you do that and it comes your time to check off, then you're going to click on this link right here. I have a Google Meet. And there's going to be different phone codes that we're going to be using throughout the days. If at any point you encounter difficulties, email is not a very good way to get a hold of me because I'm getting so swamped right now with emails. But the thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to be looking at when it's time for a group to be checked off. I'm going to be having this open. I'm going to be clicking on this, and I'll be looking in the comments section for that day. So there were a couple groups. We were having a little bit of issues with getting in touch with each other, but we were able to solve that within a minute, basically by communicating through Google Classroom. All right, so hopefully that clarifies things on checkoffs. Check. Can we check that one off? We check off checkoffs. Other things we did this week. Everything that you need in this class is going to be in this distance learning physics folder. All the handouts that you have. I'll show you what that looks like. So if you click on that, you're going to look at something like this. This is what it looks like right now. So there's a few things to notice in here. First of all, notice these are the presentations. This is actually what the content that I'm doing, that's where it's all going to be posted. So that would be a good way of keeping track of what we're doing each day. So I'd highly advise you to look at that. I see a few of you are looking at this right now, so that's cool. Checkoffs. So as I said earlier, if you want to check off, you click on this link right here, and that will take you to a screen that looks like this, and you just enter when you're available to do this. So, I will write more of this out, and just let me know when you're available. Then we will contact through Google Classroom, and I'll ask you some questions. So that's the checkoff spreadsheet. Over here, I have made a pacing schedule right here. So this is what I've been working on. So this is this week. This week was going back. All right. So this week we did online expectations. You guys took a pre-test. You made a sundial and made some predictions, and then we caught up today. We got to check off with some groups, and then this is what next week looks like. So facts about the sun. You're going to check your predictions. There's going to be handouts that are going to be available on that Google Meets, or the folder, the classroom folder. And 1.6, you're going to do something I call Flashlight Olympics. It's basically how are you going to have hold a flashlight around to get the shadows to behave differently. So it'll give you some insight on the sun. Okay. It is also Ramadan on Thursday, so happy Ramadan. Fun fact: Ramadan starts when a new moon starts, so it really coincides with this chapter. We're going to be talking about motion of the sun, motion of the stars. Oh, you know what? That's not until next week. Or that's not until 2 weeks. But anyway, happy Ramadan in 2 weeks. Then we're going to have work time, and then it's going to be your solar system tour. So that's what we're looking at. All right, shadow plots. What do they look like? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you mine, and we actually have to take some data. I'll put on my sunglasses because you know what? It's bright out there. I'm asking that everybody tries to do 1 day. Try to do a sun plot of 1 day. So 1.3 is going to ask you to do. It's going to ask you to do this for like a couple weeks. Just want everybody, not just one person in your group, but everybody needs to build a sundial and at least try to take some data. I will have shadow plots that you can look at, but if you take this stuff, you really kind of build this intuition and curiosity of what's going to happen. Once you actually look at it, and when you look at these shadows, you just kind of wonder, like, where's the next shadow going to be? So I'm so curious right now. I'm going to look and see where my next shadow is. So we're going to go outside. Oh, it's a little cloudy out, but I do see some shadows. So here I am outside, and it's kind of windy. Hope my shadow plot didn't blow away. But here we have a couple rocks that are holding it down. So I don't know if you can see this. I can't really see anything. But you'll notice that I have the time, the dates. I'm marking the end of the shadow plot. Right now it is about 1:53. So I'm marking that here, and I have it cataloged from 9:50 to 1:53. And notice I have a compass on here, so we have north, south, west, and east. I have the date written on here, and I'm just marking where the shadow's ending. So I guess that's all, folks. Have a good weekend.